How's it going, everybody? This is Splattercat with episode 15 of our Let's Play of Gnomoria. I am back again, and I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to focus on getting my gnomes to heal. I looked it up, and it seems like they should do it on their own if you take them off guard duty. So maybe that's why poor Bink never felt better, is because I just kept him on guard duty forever. Poor Bink, who is now, for some reason, laying alongside my sausage. His poor dead self. Taking a look around, they are moving some beds into the hospital, which I think is another issue, is you have to be able to sleep in your hospital in order to get health back. So I think once they put that down in there, we should be in good shape to have our militia start regaining health. They are all dual-wielding, like, just total badasses. Unfortunately, I'm not really sure... No. It says carrying, but not equipped. Maybe it's just because they're off duty. I don't know. This dude's going to sleep with his log. I don't know what's going on there. And who is this? Is Billa... Well, we'll keep an eye on Billa, and we'll see... Because it appears that they're all injured. Hopefully they come in here and they just start taking care of business. That being the case, I think I will go ahead and make some more beds. We'll have a reasonably sized hospital here where gnomes can come in and get some healing done if they need it. I don't know what happens if you butcher goblin corpses, but we're gonna go ahead and do that. I have no idea. I kind of feel as though... I don't know. I'm super stoked that we have llamas. I cannot express to you how excited I am that we have llamas. Having llamas is like a lifelong goal of mine. Like, I've always wanted to like hug a buffalo, and then I've always wanted to hug a llama. And unfortunately, I grew up in the city, so like you didn't see llamas and things very often, and you saw buffaloes even less. So I've hugged neither. But right now in life, those are actual, like, if there was like a quest log of my life, hugging llamas and hugging buffaloes would be on there somewhere. Hopefully the llamas and buffaloes I meet are not grumpy and they allow this to happen, because it's on my bucket list. Like, it just needs to happen. Whew, now that monologue's over. We found out that cotton bolts were worth less than raw cotton, so we're just going to keep stockpiling raw cotton and selling that. I think I had assigned to make 4 post beds, so I think what I'm going to do here is we're going to get these lined up, and we're just going to make some more beds, and hopefully people can rest. Hopefully they're getting better. We did want to keep an eye on Billa, I think was the one that we were looking at. I think what happens here is if they're injured... Well, Billa's still injured. So, it may be because we don't have a doctor on staff or someone assigned specifically to doctoring. But maybe you don't need to. Maybe they can just rest in the infirmary and it makes them feel better. I don't know. I don't know how gnomish doctoring works. In any case, all of my gnomes seem to be various levels of injured, so they're all sleeping in the hospital for the most part. That's something that I'm fine with. I'm thinking perhaps I should go through and look at my population and see if there's anybody that can doctor. We have one person assigned to medic and caretaker. I wish we could click this and find out who it is. Is it Wendell? Let me take a look here. Wendell is not our doctor. Let's see here. Unless, I would be sorely disappointed if it still counts your dead gnomes as part of your population. I hope it doesn't. I really do hope it doesn't. We do have idle gnomes. I'm assuming those are my warriors, both of whom are sleeping and getting their rest on right now. They are injured, hopefully not too badly. I don't know how long this whole healing thing takes. I guess we'll just keep an eye on everybody. And just make sure that, I mean, it looks like my entire gnomish civilization here is wounded. He's just walking around with a helmet. I don't know. They must be clearing out the storeroom to make room for other things. I'm gonna make a couple more beds. Okay, there's 3 more beds on order. And that means I can place 3 more here. Which is exactly what I'm gonna do. And there we are. Our beds are placed. And that actually puts us in a decent situation in terms of our ability to heal our gnomes. We do have a lot of bandages in stock. I'm not sure if they're gonna use those or not, but we'll see what happens. It seems like they just hang out here if they're injured, which means my workforce is more or less neutered right now. That's fine. I'm not really concerned about that. I would like to have a healthy... And it looks like my wheat farm is just running into my wood farm here, which is a little odd, but we'll deal with that as well. Let's see. Oh, so I guess Gasolo is my man on the job here for taking care of my gnomes. He's bringing them food here. That's actually pretty cool. I like watching them take care of each other. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty awesome. How one gnome will take care of the rest. I really like that. That's cool. So I guess they just hang out here until they're all better. I don't know. I ain't opening the gate until I find out, though, so hopefully they get healed up pretty soon. There's not a whole lot of hauling and work being done at the moment, which is fine. Our population, I was negligent, and they seem to be quite wounded, so... Let's see here. What other things do I have to do? We have a lot of basalt blocks. That's fine. He is crafting more beds, which will then, I hope, summarily be moved. I think I'm going to modify my military as well to the leather uniform. What does this do? To say any, so that they'll come down here and get new armor when they're ready to be back on duty. I don't know how protective copper breastplates are. They don't really tell you how amazing they are. I wish there was like an AC value or like a THACO or something that we could use to grade how good our armor is in combat and how well we're doing, but well, what can you do? Such is the bread of an everyday life. He's continuing to feed them. I hope they're not like... I hope they can't like starve to death in bed here, because that would be a horrible, horrible backfiring of my plan. They do appear to be sleeping. That's Gasolo, okay. I may look at some of my other population and see if anybody else has the ability to caretake. Maybe my farmers can act as caretakers for a little bit. We'll just add that then, so that my farmers... I really don't want anybody to starve like while laying in bed here. I'm hoping that the AI exists to where if they get hungry, they will go get their own food if everybody waits long enough, basically. Looks like my farmers are taking care of business though and kind of helping out. Bringing some food in, making sure everybody's well taken care of. Which is good. That seems to have shored up the shortage there. We haven't seen any attacks in a little bit, which is good. Sorry about that, my finger slipped again. We are making some planks. We do have stockpiles here. I would like to... That's really strange. How long does it take them to get back into... I don't know how long it takes them to get back into shape. I don't want half my civilization here just laying around being lazy. That would be pretty disappointing if the hospital AI is a little borked at the moment. Luckily, we're fine on food and drink for now. And I guess if we get ourselves into real bad trouble, I can just deconstruct the hospital and send everybody back to work. But, how about you? Huh. I would like to see What would really be cool is when you clicked them, if you could see like a body part by body part readout, like kind of a little mannequin like you can see in Project Zomboid. Something like that would be really cool. But not going to press for it right now. There are other issues to be dealt with within the game. It looks like we're not doing too poorly. I mean, I think everybody's just resting up for now. And I'm really kind of paranoid this is going to backfire on me. So often things like this backfire on me that I'm a little scared. I think I am going to mine out the rest of... Oh, look, a cow was born. Make our dining room a little more beefy. Not in terms of content, but in terms of size. Let's see here. What's he doing with that other cow? Ah, okay. I forgot that I made a new pasture for my alpacas. I may have to knock this wall out and extend it in the near future, which is going to expose us to all kinds of risks that I'm not exactly happy about. We have a lot of cows here. How many males do we have? We can have 11 there. Let me go to my butcher shop and make sure we're killing off the males. Go to the yak pasture. Oh, those are both females. Okay. All females. Alright. Well, we want to keep the females because they supply us with milk, which nobody ever hauls, but... gnomes. You know how it goes. Like, half my civilization is sleeping right now. Just, like, resting in bed, so... I'm gonna take a look at my wood stocks as well. Make sure that my wood stockpiles are... They're about where they have been. I am going to go ahead and build another workshop down here. A workshop for a stonemason, because I would like to get some stone chairs and some stone things built. Down on this next floor, I may start assigning personal quarters. So what I may do is assign these walls to be knocked out. Actually, I think we did them in 2 space. There we go. We'll make that a 15 length. And from here we will also go a 15 length, and that should line us up. We're going to take that right there and just connect it. And I think what we will do here is just kind of continue this out. I didn't check to see how long that was going to be. That's 10. So we'll go 5 more. Oh, I almost eyeballed it, but we'll cancel the job there. I almost eyeballed it. I was almost good enough. Cancel these. There we are. Continue mining that out. Hopefully when our miners get time, we'll create these little corridors down here, and that should put us in a situation where we can start hollowing these out for kind of crew quarters. I'm feeling kind of bad for the rest of my gnomes. They're kind of being overworked here, and it's my fault for not knowing how the hospitals worked. He still looks no better, which is a little... I would hate to have to deconstruct my hospital right now. But the 5 or 6 gnomes that are still working do seem to be holding down the fort. I don't know how long gnomish healing takes. That's another thing I'm going to look into after this episode. And if it just becomes too cumbersome, then I'll keep the beds limited, I think. I am going to cut off this episode here. This has been Splattercat, once again inviting you to join me in the Kingdom of Meat Shark, just to kind of see the overall progress. Thank you for joining me. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next episode.